Hello, my students and viewers. Today's topic of discussion is adverb clause of comparison, and I am going to complete the series of adverb clause, and it will be very helpful to you to use all the 9 items of adverb clause for constructing complex sentence. However, today's topic of discussion is adverb clause of comparison. And it is needless to point out that comparison is actually the noun form of the verb compare. Comparison is the noun form of compare. Now let us take some examples to prove or substantiate that a clause of comparison is an adverb clause. The first sentence I am taking, and you please write down because it will help to analyze the sentence and how it modifies either an adjective or an adverb. The first sentence, please write it down. I am taking the line from The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. The ruby, number 1, the ruby shall be redder than a red rose. I am repeating the sentence. The ruby shall be redder than a red rose. Number 1, the ruby shall be redder. The ruby shall be redder. I am repeating the sentence or clauses so that you may write them down. The ruby shall be redder, principal clause, that is independent clause. Number 2, then a red rose. Now question is, where is the verb? Because there cannot be a clause without a verb. So, then a red rose is here is omitted. Number 2, then a red rose is subordinate adverb clause of comparison, and modifying the adjective redder in clause number 1. In clause number 1. Do you understand what I am saying? Now let us take another example. Number 2. It is also from Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. The sapphire is as blue as the sea. The sapphire is as blue as the sea. Sapphire spelling S-A-P-P-H-I-R-E. S-A-P-P-H-I-R-E. The sapphire is as blue as the sea. Please write it down. And number 1, The sapphire is blue. The sapphire is blue. Principal clause. Number 2, as as. That means as from the principal clause and as from the subordinate clause. Two as are correlated. As as. The sea is must be put within a bracket because here E is omitted. Is E as as blue, sorry, as as the sea is. Subordinate adverb clause of comparison. And modifying the adjective blue. Modifying the adjective is blue in clause number 1. And you know that any color is an adjective. Any color is an adjective. Now let us take another example. Example number 3. Please write down. He is as dangerous as a venomous snake. He is as dangerous as a venomous snake. Now, number 1, he is dangerous. Principal clause. Number 1, he is dangerous. Principal clause. Number 2, as as a venomous snake is omitted. It is subordinate adverb clause of comparison, and modifying the adjective dangerous. Modifying the adjective dangerous in clause number 1. Try to understand how the adverb clause of comparison is going on. Example number 4. There is no mystery so great as misery. It is also from Oscar Wilde's The Happy Prince. There is no mystery so great as misery. Have you written? There is no mystery so great as misery. Number 1, there is no mystery so great. So must be kept within the first bracket. There is no mystery so great. Principal clause, that is independent clause. As misery is. As misery is. And you know, when the sentence is a negative sentence, the adjective is preceded by so and followed by as. As precedes the adjective and as follows the adjective in general cases. But when the sentence is a negative sentence, the adjective is preceded by so and followed by of, followed by as. But there is no mystery. So great, so within first bracket, principal clause, that is independent clause. As misery is, subordinate adverb clause, adverb clause of comparison, and modifying the adjective great, modifying the adjective great in clause number 1. And some scholars say that modifying the adverb so, it is the difference of opinion, because adjective is modified by adverb and adverb clause always modifies another adverb. So there is a difference of opinion. Some say that modifying the adjective great, and some say that modifying the adverb so. Is it clear? Then another example. The pain is mightier than sword. Please write down. The pain is mightier, mightier. The pain is mightier than sword. That means sword is. Clause number 1. The pain is mightier, principal clause or independent clause. Then a sword is, subordinate adverb clause of comparison, and modifying the adjective mightier, modifying the adjective mightier in clause number 1. And we are taking the last example for your understanding. You walk as slowly as a tortoise. You walk as slowly as a tortoise. So, clause number 1, you walk slowly, principal clause. You walk slowly, principal clause, that is independent clause. Number 2, as as a tortoise walks. As a tortoise walks. A walks must be kept within first bracket. Here walks is omitted. And modifying the adjective, modifying the adverb slowly. Here modifying the adverb slowly. So let us come to the conclusion that an adverb clause of comparison generally begins with then, as, as, so, as, etc. And you should come to the conclusion that an adverb clause of comparison generally modifies either an adjective or an adverb. And that is the end of my lecture on adverb clause of comparison. And you must subscribe my channel, please, because I think that all my discussions on adverb clause will help you for constructing complex sentences. Thank you. Good night.